crazy way.
Maybe she got that thing in her face.
Mm-hmm. Wait, whatever.
Intro. What's going on, YouTube? It's Chon P from Project Up. If you like what you've been seeing so far, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see because we got a whole lot more to come. Now, we have a hell of a show for you. Got something a little bit different. We're going to be touching on a topic a lot of us don't know anything about, but we're going to introduce our guests first, and then we'll talk about everybody else that's normally going to be here for the show.
Okay. Hey guys, my name's Rashad. I go by Rashad the Realist. Not saying I'm the realist, just saying I'm a realist.
You one of them.
That's my intro. That's all I got. That was my intro.
That's all you got. Okay.
That was it.
And start with Chon. Who we got on the panel today?
We have Miss Melanie on one side of the panel.
Mm-hmm. Get our provisions ready.
To the right.
We have A on this end of the panel.
Hi, we have Chon on this end of the panel.
All right, and that is the panel.
Hold up. I don't need it.
Oh.
Are you gonna drink?
Huh?
No drink.
No, I'm gonna drink tonight.
Oh.
Are you going out tonight?
Huh?
You going out tonight?
No, he's
He's talking about right
tonight.
here.
Oh, okay.
Here.
So I'm gonna let y'all pull y'all own troubles. Y'all had troubles?
This is what y'all do. Y'all know you still in the middle of the week.
Hey.
The idea is not to get too fucked up.
Y'all TikTok.
We work daily.
Okay, look, man. I gotta go to work in the morning. These people got me drunk. Y'all. I just met these people. They kidnapped me and said you been on the show. I don't know none of them.
Now, also, we're all adults. We're not gonna make him drink,
No.
but you know
You
how
think
it
he's
goes.
pulling this by himself, right?
Yeah.
There's a gun on the
TikTok
table.
world, the
There's a
Facebook
gun
world,
under-
he's doing his own thing
No,
right now.
I'm gonna do my
Okay.
brown.
Okay,
Y'all
she
don't wanna
on
mix
brown.
it.
She on
Yeah,
brown.
I'm
You
brown.
want?
No, I have some.
Oh.
That's how you know she trouble. She
trouble.
brown.
Right.
So, what?
And it came out of a styrofoam cup.
Baby, you just don't know.
Is
That's
it
the
double?
factory lady right there.
No, not yet.
Okay.
My mama said, always bring your own, baby.
This gonna be the one right here.
Yeah.
Is.
So
All right.
you ready?
Yep. Before we get going, we're gonna take a quick shot, and this is for our guest Rashad.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the
Welcome
podcast.
to the party.
All right.
You did the little tap thing. I
Yeah.
feel like
I normally do the tap because you're supposed to down to it.
Down to it, up
Down
to
to
it.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
all right. So, Rashad,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming, hanging out with us. Now, before we get into the meat of the conversation, you came in. You let us know that you're a photographer.
I am.
So you did help with the setup.
I
This is,
did. I
you know,
tweaked some things.
tweaked it to make it better. We're trying to make everything better as we go along. But in addition to that, you live a certain lifestyle that a lot of us don't know anything about.
I suppose so. Yes. I
So how would you describe that lifestyle?
the polyamorous lifestyle. To me, it's not that complicated, and I really don't see why a lot of people complicate it. To be honest, it's.
But you live it though.
I do live it. I have no choice. And people are like, one of the things people are like, well, when did you choose to be poly? And I kind of look at them. I say, I didn't choose to be the way I am. It's just the way that I am.
Chose you.
It chose
Maybe.
you.
No, like I suppose so. Polyamory it's a simple, by definition, the belief that you can love more than one person romantically. It's just a belief.
Okay.
All right, and it doesn't even mean that you yourself have to be participating in it. But if you believe it, then you are technically a polyamorous person because you follow this belief. People look at it from the outside and they say, "Oh, it's just an excuse for cheating," and "Oh, you just want to have a lot of sex." And honestly, it's a lot deeper than that.
So sex isn't the biggest part of polyamory. It's the connection that you have with other people.
Yes, exactly. It's polyamory. It's polyamor. It's more love.
Okay.
What people fail to realize is that there are a lot of polyamorous connections that do not involve sex.
Such as?
It's just like I have friends that I love,
Okay.
that I have never had sex with and never intend on having sex with.
You're talking about female?
Opposite sex friends and male friends.
Okay, but I'm talking about within the confines of polyamory. So
but now this is where you start to trip up.
okay, talk
Because
to me.
you as a heterosexual man, to say I love another man is kind of weird, right?
Well, not really, because
First time.
I tell Chris, my homeboy Chris, we tell each other we love each other all the time.
Okay.
When we depart company, it's see you later, man. I love you. So that's not
That's
so
good.
What's healthy?
Most men can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, because I guess it's difficult for a man to tell another man he's not emotionally attached to. So it's an emotional thing, right?
Yeah.
So if you've been knowing somebody pretty much all your life,
Yeah.
whether it's male or female, then of course you're gonna say. But does that fall into polyamory? I
No,
guess
not
technically,
necessarily.
technically it could.
Technically, it
by
could because
definition.
by definition, but in the sense that we're talking about it, no.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just trying to be sure.
No. I understand. You got to play devil's advocate. I get
I mean, considering I don't know what the hell I'm talking about now, I'm trying to question you.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but people look at polyamory and they say, oh, it's hard, and oh, what do you do about jealousy and things like that? But
That's my question.
doesn't jealousy exist in monogamous relationships?
Yes,
It does, but
It does.
so because I know she want to get into this real quick before I forget. If if jealousy exists in the how do I say it?
Polyamorous.
Just
community.
polyamorous.
Polyamorous community.
Polyamorous community. How is that different than being in a monogamous relationship with another person and that person gets jealous? So where is it a blurred line between cheating and actually living a lifestyle if that person is still going to have the same emotions that somebody that's not polyamorous would have? How does that differ?
So in the
No,
okay.
Answer that.
So in the sense that if you are with a woman and she gets jealous, you talk about it and you work it out, right? Because most of the times jealousy is based on insecurity, and if you are two rational adults who trust each other, typically jealousy can get worked out.
Okay.
Same thing happens in polyamory. We're all human. We all experience jealousy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a natural thing, but it's I always, and the thing about this is, it's like, I've always focused on, if you have a feeling, don't just let the feeling control your actions. Don't just go with whatever the feeling tells you to do.
That makes sense.
Understand why the feeling is there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then deal with
And
that.
then deal with that.
Got it.
And the same thing just happened in polyamory. And the same, like, it's not, polyamory and monogamy are not, you date one, I date three. It's just about my capacity. I have the capacity to. I have the discipline to.
Okay.
And that's simply it.
I know Arrie had that.
You almost shut me down for a second. You almost answered
worry, it's no
everything. No, but being on the serious aspect, you're saying that as long as y'all communicate, basically, down to the niche. Now, what if one is like, you know what? I don't want to do this poly thing no more, but I only want to do it with you. So get rid of the other one. How do y'all kind of fix that? Because of course y'all all together.
Right.
So how do you conquer that?
So
and win
you're
that?
saying in your example, I'm in a relationship with two women, and one woman says she doesn't want to be poly anymore. She just wants to be with me and only wants me to be with her.
Right.
But this woman knows me, right? Because we've been together.
Yeah.
So she knows that I'm polyamorous, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, she is asking me to change who I am to please her.
She is. She asking you. She like, look, we've been doing this thing for a minute,
Uh-huh.
and what if she is like, hey, I consider myself as the first one that was on deck.
The bottom.
Is it the bottom bitch?
Well,
Because that's
I
what I
mean,
wanted to say.
that's what it sounds like.
That's
she
what I
said
wanted
she
to
is.
say. Okay.
But just for the
Okay.
sake of understanding.
Well, understand.
So
She's the number one.
I was the
so
bottom.
you do have a mate.
We will get on that because
Okay.
there are hierarchies.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm the bottom
You saw it
bitch.
over there.
I run shit.
Do you? Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, I run shit. Because I was here first.
Okay.
I got the most love. You know how we are. We are, even if we're poly.
When you say
if
we, who are you referring
I'm
to?
saying your women. Women.
Women
right?
in general.
Just women in general. We are emotional creatures. I don't care if we're attached to 5 different people. We want all them 5 times. You know what I'm saying? So
That sounds a little greedy to me.
well, it is what it is.
Okay.
Is it?
So how
It
would
is.
you deal with that?
So, as I stated before, this woman knows me and who I am. and she's asking me to change who I am to please her.
Yeah, that's what
That
she
doesn't
did.
sound like love.
But she only want to love you. She don't want to love the other one. She don't want to love the girl no more. She's like,
So
you know, I
So
tried
she's
it.
not in a relationship with the other woman in
Yeah, so
form or
I think
fashion.
independently.
Also,
They're not having menage a trois. And
hey, oh,
I mean,
oh,
that's what it is.
why you think it's all nasty stuff.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wait a minute. So you go to Carolyn's room on Monday and hit up Jackie Tuesday. That's how that probably
No.
thing go.
Tell you what,
It
why
can't-
don't you?
I'm thinking that all
hold on
down
for a
on
second.
dance.
Why don't you? Why don't you explain
Right.
on
How
a very
what?
basic
Oh,
level
baby, I thought everybody
what
was keeping it
polyamory?
together.
I knew it wasn't that.
Yeah, I
but-
knew it wasn't
multiple
that.
layers to it.
Yeah, right. It's
Oh yeah, you
it's
were thinking
small.
something.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, I was going deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so first, I'm gonna put it like this: vanilla, and we call people who just one man, one woman. Typically, they're referred to as vanilla. So, vanilla people, they have a certain way of looking at things, right?
Yeah.
When you decide not to be vanilla, you are saying, I'm going to live my life the way I want it to look. And whether that means I want to be in the house with 3 women, I tell everybody when they're dating me, I don't nest. Nest is a word that we use. That means I don't want to live with my partner. I want to live by myself.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this, I've been divorced twice, right?
Okay.
There have been 2 times where I have built this nice house and made it everything I wanted to be, and then it kind of fell apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, in this space, I still have to negotiate what I can decorate and what she wants to decorate. And don't get me wrong, yes, I'm selfish, but there's nothing wrong with being selfish.
Nothing.
To an
That's real.
I
extent.
agree.
That's real. Well,
I
No,
agree.
To an extent.
you got to take care
What?
of, make sure that you have the things that you want that's going to make you happy. Because if you sacrifice too much, you're unhappy. If you're unhappy, then the person that you're around all the time is going to be unhappy as well.
it took me a lot of time to learn that.
Yeah. That's
It
true.
took me. I took it. This has been a very. When they say poly is a journey, it really is because it takes a lot of shadow work. It takes a lot of self-actualization, and you have to really break yourself down and really boil down to like what is really important to you.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about
Yeah,
it.
but then
That's true.
what relationships don't?
Exactly. But the thing about it is, unfortunately, with monogamy, because the way that society will have you think there's supposed to be a certain time frame, and there's certain things that are supposed to happen, and there's certain things that you're supposed to do because you now have this title, because you went from a boyfriend to a husband, now you got to do this, this, and this. Like, it's kind of like already planned out for y'all. Whereas when you're polyamorous, because you're so far off the radar, there's no guidelines. So you literally have to sit down and talk to your person like, hey, what makes you happy? All right, well, what makes you happy?
Almost like
And
a
then-
verbal contract.
Yeah,
This is where
which
I am.
is what dating is supposed to be.
But only you dating 3, 4, 5.
I believe what's good for the goose. I believe
It's
in
good
poly.
for
It should be.
Wait,
It's
if I
should be.
am a polyamorous person, how can I say that it's okay for me to love more than one person, but not for
But not
her
for her.
to
That's
love
right.
more than one
That's
person?
true.
So
That
you're
would
okay with
That's a lot of
your
loving.
mate.
I support it.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a little different because
Baby,
when
that
I
is
was watching
different.
one interview with a gentleman, he said he gets jealous. He has an issue with his
He
partners.
hasn't dug within himself
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
find
Yeah.
out why he is jealous. Because if he is secure in his relationship, then what
He
is that to
shouldn't
be
be.
So
jealous
that's,
of?
That's right.
he's a polyamorous practicing person.
Yeah.
Look at me trying to use my
We see you, Sean. We see you.
gotta be
I'm starting
politically
to learn up. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see later. So he wants to be in that relationship. It sounds like that arrangement.
Yeah.
It sounds like in order to please his desires.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want that because he can't.
Yes,
So
right.
he's not polyamorous. He's just a cat
A
that
cheater.
won't.
So wait,
He's not
now-
a cheater.
Well, his
but
two
he's a
two
guy.
wives live with
I'm
him.
about to give y'all another term real quick. Y'all
Okay,
don't
before
got-
you
So
do
basically,
that,
you gotta be true to this.
But before you do
You should be
that,
true always.
we're going to pause for a second
Pause.
because we want to make sure that the subscribers know that we're going to drop this on Sunday.
Sunday
So
at noon. You
at
ready
noon,
for it?
so we want to
Yeah.
give them a little bit more on the YouTube channel
Okay.
instead of all of it right now.
Okay. So you have a title where you call ethically non-monogamous.
Okay.
All right. Now, you can break that down. Ethically non-monogamous.
Okay.
So that is the ultimate umbrella over.
You're respectfully non-monogamous.
Respectfully, honestly,
Honestly.
honestly. not-
All parties involved understand that this is what it is. You signed up
Exactly.
for it. So
Everybody here is participating.
Gotcha.
But to
Do
some
you
extent, whether
disclose
they're...
that soon as
I'm
you're
Polly at hello. Hello, my name is Rashad. I'm Polly.
Okay.
Oh, I like that tagline.
Does Polly want a cracker?
I do not date white women.
Oh, baby, you was look. I didn't even catch that. Well, listen.
Drive
Okay,
me.
I'm nasty.
so do you date out your race?
Yeah.
Do you date out your race?
No, I need a melanated woman.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And that's just a preference thing.
That's just a personal preference.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
nothing against
I
anybody
only
else.
date black women, preferably dark skinned, but I only date.
I don't think I've ever slept outside of my race.
I
to be
have.
honest.
Unfortunately. I mean, that's what it
Oh,
is.
that's another topic for another show.
Right?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
So when did you? Because you said that this was you though. But
This
when
is
did
always
you?
me.
When did you? At what age did you actually know this was the journey
I'm gonna give you guys
that you
a
wanted
quick.
to be on?
I'm gonna give you guys a quick little timeline. All right.
Okay.
So me being the person I am, I've always been a person who was full of love, full of care. I've always been like in high school and middle school. I was the guy that had like 8 little sisters. Like I always had a band of women around me that they wasn't like I didn't lose my virginity until late. But I'd always just been very kind to women. It's just the way I was. I just cared on women. I protected them. I'm just
You
a
enjoy the
natural-
company of women.
Right.
Yeah, not that I enjoy the company of women. I just honestly, in my childhood, my father was abusive to my mom, so I kind of get this
Gravitated.
complex of
Yeah,
not
like,
being
I
like
gotta-
him.
I gotta
So
protect
protecting
these
women was always a thing
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
which kind of leads into how I became a dom and everything else. But
Explain what a dom is real quick, just so they have a context.
I live a life of leather. I'm in BDSM, and I'm a dominant, which means I have submissives.
You strapping folks up. Strapping folks up.
I fulfilled.
Fantasy.
I fulfilled the desire.
And we're going to talk more
He's
about
like,
that in a little bit.
Like a black Mr. Rourke.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna keep on pushing.
Sean, can you go back to giving us the synopsis of how you got started in this?
All right, so,
Wow.
and I say that to say,
I ain't gonna start with him.
I thought we were having fun.
We are.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's
go ahead.
sit
so like literally, like my views on love, my views on monogamy have always been different. Like, and you know, in a group of guys, they'll be like, "Oh, if my girl cheat, man, I'm leaving her. She trash. She this, she that," and I'm like, "No, it ain't that big a deal." And I would always get looked at weird, like, "What you mean? Like she cheated on you? She sucked another nigga dick? You ain't gonna like? I mean."
So
I ain't really
have
gonna
you
be that mad
have
about
you
it.
never been in your feelings about somebody that you're dealing with another male? I mean, that's,
No, I can't say that, but I can say that I've always been the kind of person that's gonna like.
so. I want to hear about the exception and what made that different.
So there is no exception. I experience jealousy,
Just like anybody else.
yeah, just
So
like
you get
anybody else.
jealous.
I just deal with it like an adult.
Oh, okay.
So, but you get jealous. You get jealous if one of
I
your
ain't mad at
people.
that answer.
If one of your people step outside of the circle, it's like, really? That's
Why
what
are you
you
trying to
did?
make it sound like
No,
you was like a
not like
private
that.
army?
Yeah, it's not
It's
like a...
it's
Like a
I
cult.
yeah, not like a cult.
hero.
Like a
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I don't know.
it's something as simple as me telling my girlfriend, "Hey, I want to go out on Wednesday night," and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going out with Jay that night." Oh damn, I wanted to go out that night. That I feel jealousy in this moment.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna
I'm not gonna
lose your
lose
shit.
my shit. It's like, all right,
Right.
she had plans.
Okay, so let me propose this question.
Propose it.
What if your lady goes out, like she go out and cheat? Is there a such thing
There's no
as
such
going
thing.
out
Wait.
and cheating?
No, there is. Define cheating.
Oh, it's like go have another person that's not in
The community.
the community. There you go. Then what?
Did she tell me?
No, she. No,
Does she have to?
Oh.
Nigga, she stepped out.
So she broke the contract.
Yes.
So here's
Wait,
emotion.
now this is the thing. It's a self-defined contract.
But it's a contract that you guys have
No,
sat down and
a
talked about
covenant.
beforehand.
So-
A covenant.
I love that word.
See, I love the word covenant because I believe in covenants.
You
Because
just open up a whole nother word.
That makes it sound
word.
legit.
it is. Because a covenant is just an agreement that two people have between each other. Now, if I tell her, "Hey, I don't care if you have sex, just make sure you tell me the next day or whatever," then that would be it. And all she has to do is tell me the next day. If she,
What if she didn't?
well, then she has
breaking the
broken the
covenant.
covenant.
Yeah.
But wait, if you're monogamous and they break the covenant, what happens?
You'll break up.
It's a couple of things.
Yeah.
Not necessarily break up, but
It's
You have an
on
issue.
there's an issue.
That's
So-
issue.
Yeah.
You start losing detachments and stuff, and
Well, so we talked about this before, and I'll just get this out the way because I'm dreading saying it anyway, because I know.
I'm being neck.
If I was married for a long time,
Okay.
and if there was a situation where she had stepped out, with everything we built, is that a situation that where I'd be like, oh no, goddamn, it's not gonna work, and leave and destroy everything that I built?
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Exactly.
I'd be mad,
Yeah,
but
you should.
Look,
but I have a choice also to stay or to go.
you do. Everybody has a choice. Everybody always has a choice.
So with me, and I said this earlier, they got on my ass, and y'all probably gonna go,
I wouldn't hit a rock though. My bad, bro.
Depends. What was said?
I think it's difficult for men to be monogamous, and
I
that.
didn't disagree.
Oh, so you do agree? With
I
that.
didn't disagree with that at all.
Yeah, none of us did.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So your argument is that it is difficult for men.
So let me clarify because that's not exactly what I said.
Okay.
I said it's difficult for men, so men are not built to be monogamous.
That's what you said.
That's what I said.
Okay, I need you to explain it.
Well, it's because part of it is a feeling, so I try not to.
A personal feeling.
It's a personal feeling, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But it's one that's echoed.
Okay.
So it's just not without merit. I have always found it challenging to, after you be in a relationship for a certain amount of time, I'm saying it's two ways too. It is difficult to be with the same person every single day
Is it?
for years. For me. Also in that same vein, it's personal.
Yeah,
You know?
it's personal.
I think looking at another person and actually admitting to yourself, I am never going to sleep with another human being as long as I live. Is not something
It
that
eats your soul up.
Wait, no,
it's
wait.
not that
Don't
it's
say
not that it eats my soul up, and this is something I had to learn about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I'm 51. Okay, I've been in a lot of relationships, and you always have that same feeling.
That's
So,
certain.
what that tells you, or at least tells me about myself,
About yourself.
probably not built for it.
Okay. Now wait. I'm a wait. Don't say nothing. This is why I get him because I'm a feminist. So
I am not in any shape or form, but I get it.
no,
I get it. I
but
get it.
wait. Now let's say your wife had those exact same feelings.
She'd be entitled to those feelings.
So imagine a world where you both are having the same feeling and are able to talk about it and be like, okay, yeah, we still love each other, but I do have these feelings. You got the same feelings. Why not? We just.
Because it's me.
But how do you know it's not her?
No, because I'll tell you why it's not going to work.
Oh, wait.
I'll tell you why it's not going to work.
Why wouldn't it work? Why wouldn't it work?
I don't want another man inside my woman.
Booyah! But you can be all up in somebody else's
No.
race.
But once again, this is why it's interesting because when he was talking earlier, I listened to what he said.
Right.
What he's saying and what he lives is what's in my head. So I'm not trying to be polyamorous, so to speak, but the emotions or the feelings or the thought process that he has towards this whole thing is the exact same way I feel.
But you won't act on it
He's
because
just saying how you feel.
because
Social programming, how I've been living my life for the last, well, I don't say 51 years, so I haven't been sexually active or in relationships for 51 years. But I just noticed that is a pattern with
Within
me.
yourself.
So wait, you admit social conditioning. You do realize that at any point in time you can live your life however you want to live it.
Well, I almost said something.
But
I can't because
do you feel like you would have to find that person? Because again, it got to be a two-way street.
Well, that's the whole. And this is something that I am just. It's almost like somebody coming out of the closet.
It is.
It is.
I've been living a lie
One way.
for a good portion of my adulthood.
I like the way you
And
said that.
then I got to a point after my last relationship ended, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I need to act on that. And when I start dating, not to be polyamorous, but straight up let somebody know I don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And
That's
they should
honesty.
be able to respect
But
that.
that's honesty. Yeah.
But that's hard to do.
Why? Wait,
Why is it so hard to do?
It's not hard for me to say it. It's hard. No, you know what? I tell a lot.
Exactly.
I did it once.
So what was hard about it?
Because I don't. Once again, social conditioning.
Whose?
So
Yours or hers?
everybody's. So when you tell
Or the parties
somebody,
involved.
I want to be with you,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to commit to you.
Mm-hmm.
But by the same token, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't want you to go out with a guy and sleep with him and come in the bed.
Well, then you have to.
But-
Admit
but
wait. You have to admit that you're a selfish being.
I am selfish.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And honestly,
Absolutely.
Now I will tell you this: there are people who will participate in the dynamic that you want.
Absolutely.
The only way to achieve it is for you to be honest.
Well, and that's the whole thing. I haven't had the opportunity to go out and actually
Do that.
date or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's you can talk to people and you can tell them how you feel, but it's almost like you're
So
kind
it
of
would make you a polygamist.
well.
Yeah.
I thought polygamy had to do with marriage.
I mean, wait. Why are you dating if not to get married?
Oh, I'll never get married again.
But no, I mean by definition, right? You date with an intent. You don't just date to. I mean,
Dating.
you're going somewhere, right?
But-
You want to build something with
No,
somebody.
he doesn't.
No,
So you
that's
don't
what
want
I'm
a
saying,
relationship
he
at all.
You want to be in somebody's black Rolodex, and when they Monday come,
Yeah, 'cause
like,
what
oh,
you're
no,
asking
let me
for
call
now-
Sean.
Yeah,
And
see, that's
get a
the
couple
thing.
hours with Sean.
Yeah.
You can't call it dating because dating has a purpose.
It has a
Well, so I use the word dating because that's once again social programming. So there are certain words that if I say it, everybody understands what that
What
word,
you're saying,
what that
right.
means. So I'm using it
Wait.
in that context, but
You're saying everybody understands, but they're misunderstanding you because it's not the message that you're trying to convey.
well,
You're dumbing the conversation down to be understood when what you need to do is put in the effort to explain.
I want
So-
to.
Because you may just find that person
That
Yeah.
But I
that
had-
say,
do the
I
same
want the same thing.
no,
that you
I
want.
get that, but I haven't had that opportunity. This
Because
is
you're
this
not
is,
being
Because you
upfront.
have
you're
to
not
take
being honest
the
with yourself.
opportunity.
no. I haven't been out. I haven't been dating. I haven't been. You understand? I haven't
Why
put it
haven't you
in.
been dating?
Well,
Is
that's
it the
how-
fear that you won't find that person? Is it the fear that you can't be all the way truthful?
No. It's not that I'm not finished doing what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
It's with
Okay,
the
all
with the
right,
other
Sean.
thing.
Look, I'm ready to get on Sean.
This turned into a whole Sean therapy session. Oh my
No,
god.
but it's real. And the thing is,
Sean, you needed this tonight, huh?
it's not going to change anything.
Why not?
Yeah.
What it does is, like I said before, but with you explaining what you said, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what. Now, I guess the only difference is the selfish part with somebody that.
There's a whole category of
Yeah.
dating that you
Oh,
want.
But
There's
the
a
thing,
name
but
for
the
it.
thing is, this whole thing
straightening.
is so different.
No, it's not.
Well, for me, from
No,
what,
it's different from what you've been exposed to.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and I have
Yeah.
never been exposed to anybody that actually female.
Because there are
That
people
thinks
that are
that-
out there like that.
Yeah, but it's not something I've ever explored. It's normally I get into a relationship and then we just go.
Because you're not
Because
being honest up
there
front.
is a set track for monogamy.
Yeah.
Right. So, but
Yeah.
and
Because
so
you're
that's
not being honest up front.
Instead of you
gotta go.
instead of
Yeah.
you being
Honest up front.
Honest.
You gotta be,
hit-
hey,
you
this
hit the
is what
nail on head.
like
Especially
he
if you
says,
saying,
hi, my name is Rashad. I'm poly.
yeah, but that's wild to me because I'm not used
Why?
to.
Wait,
That's
and
honest,
you know what
though.
weirds me out about
honest.
today's society? The thing that people find most amazing about me is the fact that I'm so honest. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean,
when did honesty become a rarity?
it's not
because
something.
we are made.
people,
Sex.
listen,
You
because,
will be
and
amazed.
let me tell you why. Because people sugarcoat shit to
Ain't got
get
time.
what they halfway
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
And that's
Or
the
to
thing.
make sure that all the parties involved is comfortable
Yeah. Yeah.
with what they want, because they like, okay, I like Arrie, I like her stride, I like this, I like that, and I know she ain't gonna sleep with me, and I'm sleeping with other people, and this, that, and the third. So once they already have that subconscious of that person that they're courting, then it makes it draw back, right? Because once you get rolling, you can't stop.
Why not? Why not?
That's how.
So
Once
why,
I get
if
rolling,
I'm not happy, why can't
I'm like,
I
right, I spent money here. I'm
stop? What you mean you can't stop? You can't stop.
You just
Let it go.
All this fluff, baby, let me say something. All this fluffiness right here, you ain't gonna want to stop. You understand what I'm
So
saying?
it has nothing to do with looks.
It might not. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about as far as me. It's something that I've always felt. But what I always thought it was, especially when we just talked about the religious aspect of Catholic, and this is how we're raised, like you got to do this. So I was like, well, damn, maybe I got to find the right person that's gonna make me want to settle down.
And that's when you become unhappy.
And then you're unhappy, and then you spread that
waiting
to
on
your...
it.
Yeah, you're waiting.
And it's never going
5
to
years,
come.
I ain't ready yet. Shit, let's go for 10.
Can I
person
interject?
comes, you
Absolutely.
still not
I
happy.
don't feel that anyone should get in a relationship for that person to make them happy. If you're not already happy in yourself,
I see
you're
all
going
the
to have
time.
these unrealistic expectations
Right.
of
Yeah.
that other
Bring
person
your
that
happy
they will
with you
not be able to meet.
I can only add to your happiness.
Yes.
There you go.
I cannot make somebody happy.
Or your
No.
presence can take away...
Or I can take away or I can add, but I can't genuinely make you happy. You gotta get up every day want to do that.
I will say this, right? And I don't know, he might start agreeing with me now that I say this.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Obviously, I'm recruiting for polyamory, so I don't know. I got another one.
Right?
Put into words what I was thinking.
So, I'm not gonna lie. I was having a really deep conversation with a friend a couple months back, and they were asking me about my polyamorous journey. And I was like, "Well, how did you know?" Right? And I'm one of those people, like, I'm gonna give you a really honest answer. I'm not just gonna make up something to shut you up. So it took me a whole day later, and I came back and I said, I knew I was polyamorous when monogamy failed me.
It failed on your end, or...
No, monogamy failed me.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I've been married. I was a monogamous person. I did not cheat. I did everything a monogamous husband's supposed to do, but I'm unfulfilled.
Yeah.
I'm a good husband. I'm a great. I'm everybody's favorite ex.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So what part of the relationship was unfulfilling to you?
The things that monogamy facilitates. Monogamy facilitates and almost encourages jealousy. It almost facilitates and encourages insecurities because you are making, and don't get me wrong, I love monogamy. I love love. I love people in love. Now, I do know there are some, I'm not one of those polyamorous people that says, oh, everybody's poly, or all men ain't made to be, I'm not one of those. Because I do know some truly monogamous people, and they are truly happy in their monogamy. They only want one, and that person only wants one, and they are good. Good for them. Just not my lifestyle.
That's not true. Yeah.
But the thing about it is if I were dating you,
Oh.
and this was my friend,
Okay.
and she has a flat tire at 1 a.m. on the way home from the club, and I'm like, hey, I'm about to go help her on the road.
That'd be a problem.
That'd be a problem.
That'd be a whole problem.
Why you getting out of your bed for this woman?
Where
'Cause
her
I
man
want-
at?
She ain't got a man.
Yeah.
And even if she do, I'm a mechanic. I'm gonna go help my friend. I care for her. I want her to be safe.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, are you a mechanic?
Yes, I am a
Yeah.
mechanic.
I have a little tweak to that.
Go ahead.
Just a little.
Mhm.
Because it's not that you wouldn't be able to have her as a friend, because if I knew that she was a friend, it wouldn't be no jealousy there. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of tweak to it. So, when you join together, you supposed to join your friends and his friends.
No,
No,
I think
I
it
don't
still will be
believe in
an
that.
issue with him getting out of bed in the middle of the night to go and assist another woman. That's
But
going to be
then
a problem.
that's still where you and your mate needs to be on one accord, because
But
it doesn't have
I
to be
understand, right? Now,
monogamous.
this is you. But how many women do you know would be just fine with that?
Not I see the cat.
Let me tell you, not that many.
Look, it's 3 in the room and 2 disagreeing. I mean,
Not
2 out of 3. Let's go ahead and call it that.
And I'm a guy. I'm a guy, and I know damn well.
Not that
No.
many, but I've been on my own personal journey for about a year now, trying to be on my adulting, because sometimes some stuff just don't have to be argued about.
Agreed.
Now I do understand it's
But
1 or 2
women ain't
o'clock
where
in the
you
morning,
at.
and this is that. But I feel like it could possibly be the relationship that I also have with the friend that would change the whole dynamics
So
of him.
you would
getting
have
up
to,
and
you
getting
would
out.
have
this-
to
now this-
approve. You
wait.
would have to approve of her.
Now, wait.
Maybe.
So this is the thing.
This is
Wait,
it's
I
still
don't know.
okay because
I
you're
probably
saying
would. I probably would.
Yeah, so it's still the
But
same
I'm
thing.
still saying it doesn't always have to be that it's
So
an
it's
argument or it's
polyamory without him being
jealousy.
able to sleep with her.
I don't know about all of that. I was just
Well, no, what I'm saying is, the reason why I'm asking is because now you want to form some type of bond or relationship with that other person. The same.
I mean, if you're
to
saying that
satisfy
this is
her
if
insecurity.
you're saying that this is your friend and I am accepting Because if I'm accepting it,
my
it's your
friend
friend
that I had, why do you have to accept my
Yeah, but we accepting each other friends.
Why?
Because we is.
Calm down.
Because we
You
are
might hit
like,
this
wait,
man.
hold on, because
Sir, you can't be friends with him because I don't appreciate him as a friend.
I'm supposed to be.
Well, I've seen women be like, well, you can't be friends with your homeboy anymore. So it's a real thing, male or female.
I'm supposed to be correcting my grandma as you is, so I'm not supposed to be saying that because somebody was
man,
like, you all on camera with that, right?
Man, my baby.
That's how you know we old. That's how you know we old.
But no, I actually feel like I said, just a little twerk, just a little dip. That yes, conditions. It is conditional, but if I know this person and I know that this person is truly your friend, then I don't know if I would be so upset.
You're not every woman.
But that's
You
still
don't speak to
on
the
that
majority.
same.
I don't.
That's still on that same level, though.
No, and I get that. The thing about it is, and there's no cookie cutter way, in my opinion, there's no cookie cutter way to be with anybody.
No,
Right.
no.
But I feel like the reason why I know that I'm not monogamous is because I can't fit the script that most monogamous people feel like monogamy is supposed to go with.
Specifically, what is that? Because like you said, this is a therapy session for me.
No, I'm just saying,
there's a
like,
couple of things I need to truly understand because I'm trying to be as honest as possible.
With the next one, huh, Sean?
No, it's
with himself.
Just
with himself, yeah.
With himself. That's where it
Well,
starts.
That's where it starts. Yeah,
That's all foundation.
That's
He
where it
admitted it.
starts.
He had an honest moment with himself. And now he's
where it
working to the stage where he can now be honest with the world.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. Just like I'll mention Kevin Samuels, but don't say that. I don't know if you're a fan of him. But Kevin Samuels didn't say much of anything that we didn't talk about in barbershops, or that a lot of men didn't already know, but they didn't know how to
articulate,
or they thought, "Damn, there's something wrong with me."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then when it comes out, you're like, "Oh shit, I'm okay. I'm not crazy."
Yeah. Somebody think the same way.
So and so I'm not calling you Kevin Samuels.
No,
but what you're saying is what's in my head. I guess the only difference
you're not
is
as strange as you think you are.
I'm pretty fucking weird. But no, I get what you're saying.
No.
But my thing is, I guess where we differ is my ability to know that somebody that I'm seeing is sleeping with somebody else. So it would be, you can't see both of us at the same time.
But you want her to accept the fact that you can get out and do what you want to do.
Well, that would be the agreement. She doesn't have to.
No.
She doesn't have to.
So
that ain't an agreement.
It is an agreement.
What?
No,
I'm
going to add something to that. So it's not always selfish either. If you run across somebody that you want to be with, go be with them. I'm not tripping. And then when that's over, you want to double back, I'm going to take you back. I get it. Now I get it. What I don't want to do is you sleep with dude the day before and you come over here.
No, that's
and I'm putting my mouth on you and shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's that type of deal.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Yeah. I don't want to have somebody laying next to me with another dude energy on them.
I mean, she went.
She'll have to lay with you with another female's energy.
But I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna do that.
Hopefully, she went home.
You know what I'm saying? But
well, he's
it's
saying
not.
like a
It ain't enough bathing in the world.
Yeah, he said energy.
Yeah.
Wait.
Energy.
It ain't enough bathing in the world.
Look, I'm gonna tell a funny anecdote that I heard a while ago from a polyamorous friend.
Right.
So I think he was back in high school. I think it was Dale. Dale, I'm quoting your story. I'm sorry if I do it wrong. So he was in high school. I think it was like prom or something like that, right? And so he has a girlfriend, and supposedly his girlfriend cheats on him. I think the night before prom or whatever, and then he sleeps with her on prom, and he finds out, right? He's all heartbroken, and he goes and tells his mama, and his mom says some real shit. He was like, "Well, she slept with him, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, he slept with her." He's like, "Was it any pussy love?" Like, what you mean?
I'm dead.
Out of there.
Was it any pussy love? I mean, don't get me wrong. We're gonna take a shot to that. And I ain't gonna lie, that was a real story because it's real basic, but it says a lot.
Yeah. It does. A lot.
It says a lot.
Yeah, so it's also, I guess, a maturity level. The thing is, this is brand
new to you. Yeah, you.
It's not brand new to me because obviously it's been in my. What kind of shot is that?
Anyway.
I knew y'all was gonna say something about my little baby shot.
Everybody gonna
don't invite me out here and then
in my mind,
not
I'm
drink
gonna
with
pull this little baby shot. Hope nobody see it.
So it's not truly new to me in a sense, but it's something that you fight because you start feeling like a bad person.
Why?
Because you start feeling like a bad person.
Conditioned.
conditioned. But you know, like I told you, I was raised in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, conditioning is a weird thing because at some points we admit it, but almost never do we fight it because it's like we figure there's no other way to be.
That shit is hard.
And that is what they want you to feel like. And look, I'm not gonna. So this is the thing that happened with me, right? I'm gonna tell you how I discovered polyamory because I didn't know it existed before I knew it existed. I was a photographer. I had a friend. She came to me. She's like, "Hey, I got this friend. He needs a photographer. He runs a club." I was like, "Okay, cool." Went up there, met the guy, made a good deal. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna be the photographer." I came up there. I shot it, having a great time. Club's supposed to close at 2:00, right? At 1:55, they locked the front door.
Oh.
They locked you in.
Everybody in. Everybody in.
Everybody knew what was going on with you. Well, you was the new me too. Everybody knew what was going on.
Everybody knew but me. So
Everybody knew but you.
You know, lights got a little dimmer, you know, stuff started popping off in the back, and then stuff started popping off in the front. I'm in the middle of a swingers club.
Oh.
Did not know I am vanilla because I am a good husband. I was still married then. I was a good husband. All right, I wasn't.
Was this story on TikTok?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
so deja vu.
So you know, I'm a good husband. I'm doing my job as a photographer.
Yeah.
I enjoy the female body, so I'm taking pictures of all this and all that. Like, okay. But in this moment, I'm like, well, she walked in with him, and that she over there with him, and he with and then I'm like, but everybody seemed to be cool with it.
Everybody knows.
And I was like,
and
you know
this is
what?
your first?
My first experience. I had, besides like watching Real Sex on HBO.
Yeah.
It still feels at that point like something that's not real.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm in the middle of a swingers club.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Everybody cool. I'm like, this is a pretty cool environment.
You can get used to
So,
that.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, at this point, I'm like, because I always felt like ostracized because my view on relationships and monogamy were always different. But here I am in a room full of people, and it's all black people, and it's like 50 people in there. I'm like, there's
a community.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are out here not living life normally. So I start getting into the swingers crowd. I get divorced, and that divorce has nothing to do with polyamory or anything.
Seen something new, my boy.
Like, bye, bitch.
Nah. But yeah, so at this point, I'm still shooting the club. I become the lifestyle photographer because I'm a person who, I'm not a sexually driven person.
Okay.
Like, sex doesn't move me. I've had a lot of sex. Sex doesn't move me. Like, it has to be the emotional connection. And so I'm in the middle of the swinger community. I'm around, you know, I'm fresh meat, I'm attractive, I'm freshly divorced. People are trying to sleep with me. And I'm like, I don't know you.
Why are you touching me?
I know, right?
Unhand me, bitch.
Unhand me, bitch. And
you heathen.
I just came to see a good time.
I know. I want to touch a good time.
And I mean, that is one of my kinks. I'm a voyeur. But nonetheless,
This dude here.
It's funny.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm like, so that's what happened. So I'm noticing everybody's here is, for the most part, like very open and honest and everything like that. But I'm noticing people are wanting to have sex like off the rip. And it doesn't appeal to me because I need connection. Then sexual attraction will happen.
And then the sex means a little bit more to you than
it's meaningful. Like, you know.
I just met you 7
So-
minutes ago.
Yeah.
I walked into the swingers community. And I was around that community for like maybe a year and a half. But I like it didn't. These aren't my people.
Right.
Yeah.
But what it did do, it opened up the door and like, wow, there are people out here, you know, off the radar doing what makes them happy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I guess I can do whatever I wanted. Like, it's not, you don't have to do it the one way that everybody else is doing it. And that was the thing. So in the swinger community, I ended up meeting some polyamorous people, and I'm getting introduced to the polyamorous community. And then I'm like, I've arrived.
Yeah.
I'm here with people who are like me. And, you know,
You found your
tribe.
Yeah, your niche.
I found my tribe, my niche.
You found
Before we
to
forget.
the tribe.
To the tribe.
To the tribe.
A tribe called Sex. Very, very interesting.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something, baby.
I had my first experience with the swingers, right? I had all my cousins with me, like 4 or 5 of my cousins, Christian cousins, right?
So they was.
And
Y'all went to Secrets on
no, this was
45?
this was
Y'all created y'all
actually
own.
This was actually, they was having, this was back in the day in Missouri City, having a house party. Okay? And so my friend that invited me was like, hey, bring your people out. We gonna have a party. But he didn't tell me.
I hate when they do that.
The stuff, right?
I hate when they do that.
And I had been working with this guy. I knew this guy. He was a really good friend. I didn't know his lifestyle like that because we was just work friends, you know. So I'm calling up my cousins. Girl, y'all come on out. We gonna have a party and stuff like that. Baby, it was, when I say when we got there, it was already packed. I think it started at like 10. We was there like 10, 15. Baby, the road was like, you couldn't even see the door. So we get up to the door.
Wow.
You know, we all looking all cute. We ready to go in. And this man answered the door, butt-ass naked. I turned back, I looked at my cousins. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. So they're like, you with Arrie, come on, you can come in for free. Baby, when I said I was clutching them pearls, my cousins was looking at me like, yeah, we got something to tell you. I was like, yeah, 10 minutes, we gone, boo. Because every room, it was something going on.
You didn't stick around?
Hell no, I was gone. I had my purse
You
over
wasn't
here.
curious?
No.
Because
It was,
I would at least see.
I would have too. I'm sorry.
I'm already here.
I seen enough.
She probably walked through there like this.
Yeah.
I was no more than like, I don't know, 25 maybe.
Oh, that's grown as hell.
Man, it was grown as hell, but when that white man answered, that wasn't even my cup of tea. It started off wrong, and I'm like, nigga, we can close. You know what I'm saying?
Is it true about...
Man, it's true. I go a little bit further, and we got a purple light over here.
Hey,
It's
this is
like
Joel.
3 men on one person. I'm like, whoa, she having a good time, baby. Look, let me tell you something. I had to get my cousins and them out of there. First of all, because I ain't want to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give them a choice.
So you got them on you with that?
No, I did not. I did not.
Oh, man,
Now, ask me if I would double back this time. I want to double back this time because I'm curious of what happened.
You're curious to watch or to just...
No.
Because I don't think I can have sex with another person in the room that I'm not
Connected to?
somebody that I'm actually having sex with. I can't.
Me, I'm just curious. I want to know what's going on in A. Oh, that's what y'all doing? What's going on in B and C and D? And these people over here, they off to themselves on the floor and stuff. I'm like, baby.
But is that acceptable for somebody to go around and tour the...
Yes. You
scenery
go
to see what's going
around
on,
to
or-
see what
Pretty much
room you
voyeurism.
want to go in.
So there's a kink called voyeurism.
It's a
Yeah,
voyeurism.
You just enjoy watching people.
I'm going to
have
tell you
sex.
how I know that.
And let me tell you something. The people don't even care.
You would
They don't care that you
want
running
to be
around
watched.
looking at
They
them.
want to be watched.
Because
The majority are
they
real
may be
watched.
exhibitionists.
Yeah.
What is that?
Somebody likes to show
Yeah.
themselves.
That's
They get
somebody
a
likes
joy
to
out of it.
show
Yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
Baby, too much for the sauce. I ain't gonna.
So,
Nuh-uh.
Chon, do you have anything that you specifically want to ask him? Because you're like,
I know you got
wow,
the question,
she's
Chon.
soaking it up over there.
I know you got the question, Sean.
So here is a big question that I want to ask.
She's been holding this.
So is it okay? So I know you said you don't like them living with you, right? We
He
on
said he
that,
likes
right?
living.
I live
Alone.
He likes
Exactly.
living
You don't
alone,
want them
right.
I
living
like my
with
me
you.
time. I mean,
So what do you have in the poly relationship where the two women have the girl on girl action as well as with you?
So I personally don't. If I'm dating two people and they click and they decide to connect, then by all means I'm not going to stop them.
Okay.
But it's not my my
Intention or
orchestration
Okay.
to be like, hey, my girl,
Yeah, my
she
girl
needs a
over
girl
here.
over here.
Yeah.
Like, it don't make sense to me because you may like her, but I might like her for a reason. You might like her for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
I know women who are truly bisexual, which means they like having sex with women, but they do not want to date a woman.
Right.
Dating a woman is hard.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Am I allowed to respond to that?
Have you ever
No.
been in that situation? Have any of your girls ever hooked up?
Okay.
Really?
And then,
Well,
but
I
have
date
you
no
hooked up
people.
with the three? That was what I was looking
Have I had a
for.
threesome?
Yeah.
With them.
With
With
them.
them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Hey, just cool. I really respect you, man.
Why? Why?
Because you're doing something
You want to do?
No, no.
On the move. So I say I ain't broke off yet, my nigga.
On the cool. Most of that stuff I wouldn't be interested in. I'm not interested in swinging.
Yeah.
Unless I'm having a threesome. I don't want to be.
Right, because
I don't
you're
want-
not interested in your woman stepping out. Just you.
No, I remember I told you she could. She's not my woman.
Yeah, she knows.
Oh, so she just so she
She
don't
ain't-
have no title. She just your people, your friend
So here's
coming
the deal.
through.
I'm gonna treat you very well. I want a friend that I can go and hang out with, that we can travel, we can go to the bowling alley, we can go to the shooting range, we can do everything that a girlfriend can do.
Home and lover friend.
Yeah, but
Is that not considered a gigolo?
no, gigolo is a person, is a man that sells himself for money.
Money.
Got you. I'm on the wrong path.
That's okay. That's why
I'm
we
trying to work it out here.
that's how we're talking.
Yeah.
Because I'm on some real shit, bro. When he said it's like coming out the closet, it is.
Mm.
Because feeling the way that I feel, like, I can't talk about it. Well, now you can, but when we were younger, you could talk about it. I don't even know if that
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was hard to be honest about how I felt. Oh, yeah, man, I'll leave that bitch too, man. No.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck
No.
I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who
You
else
was
would
like,
I
oh, okay.
Y'all stupid. Like, I can lose all y'all.
And it's not
And
always.
look, I'm looking like, but you cheating on her, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. No, that ain't.
And because I said it just, if my wife would have cheated on me, it really depends on what happened.
It's situational.
It doesn't.
Look.
That's not a game changer. That doesn't mean I'm finna.
When you said that, because I just heard it somewhere else where the guy was like, "Hey, she dipped off. Am I gonna leave her for 20
For
years?
selfish woman?
This,
Probably
that.
not.
She had something.
Am I gonna be in my feelings?
Yeah.
He said, "I'll let what you saying." He's like, "But I'm not gonna leave her."
But we're human.
Yeah.
We're all human.
Everybody.
So if you look at it,
Everybody.
you look at it from the standpoint that you have not only invested time,
Yeah.
you've invested finances,
Yeah.
the mixing. When you be with somebody long enough, whether you're married or not, the mixing of friends and
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Now wait. Now what you're talking about are all anchors. Now
True.
I don't. So this is the thing. Like my last wife, right?
Mhm.
She cheated on me, and it wasn't the cheating. First off, she was younger. I knew she was gonna fuck up. It's okay because when we were young, we all messed up
right,
really
yeah.
good relationships and didn't know what we had.
I did not.
I gave her that grace.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that she cheated. It's the fact that she kept lying.
Oh yeah. So you can't trust. That's why I
And
can't
that
stand
is
those
why,
liars.
if it wasn't for the lying, I was getting to the point where I was like, you know what? I see you really do like this dude. Like, you really do like him.
Yeah.
Be
Be
with
with
him.
him.
Yeah, go be with them.
Well, I mean, be with us.
Yeah.
But she kept lying. That was, I can't do it.
So
lying.
would there have been a time period between her being with him that you would have a relationship with her?
Honestly, I don't have that. I used to swing, so.
Yeah.
So I've never done that.
And let me be honest,
I think in my whole life I've run like 2 trains, and that was when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
Sean, I'm with you without the train.
I don't get. And everybody that know me know that I talk a lot of shit, but I'm pretty fucking moral. You know, it's just women, dude.
It's a lot of them.
I
It's
love
a
them.
lot
I
of us.
know.
I
Yeah.
love them.
Women are problems. I like women.
Some are problems.
No.
No.
I make this argument.
Oh,
I'll make this argument.
Let's go.
I'm letting them talk
Logically, right?
Sean's like, "Get the heat off him."
Mm-hmm.
Being in a relationship is work. Being by yourself, you're just maintaining self. But to say I want to be with somebody and introduce them and take on all their stuff, not saying that they're not worth it, but we have to admit that this is extra work because I could just be by myself and maintain my
We
shit.
all can just be by ourselves.
Yeah,
and like
that matters.
And
Yeah.
so all I'm saying is being in a relationship. I know I said women is work,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
For
say.
men, it's some damn work when you
Everybody-
clean up behind it.
Men
They
are
don't cook. Okay, don't get
relatively.
me started.
Well, men are relatively simple.
A relationship is work. Let's just put it
You know,
that way.
a relationship is work.
Yeah.
You don't think men are?
Simple.
Men are what?
No.
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 You-
What makes them complex?
A variety of things.
What makes us less complex than women?
Well, no, we basically
was-
we're talking about men.
No.
Sean's like, "You don't like me."
So, I asked a question.
And I'm ready to tell
Okay,
you.
there we go.
So first of all, you guys, when you get off of work, you have bad days just as well as we
Absolutely.
do.
Yeah.
So in most cases, if you're a woman like me, you're gonna try to bathe your man. You're gonna try to make sure you have food for your man, make sure they're good, and they can still be as emotional as you are.
Or you
It's
can just
still
leave them
not
alone.
enough. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that as well. But then if you would get the cases where. So my thing, when you said, or you could just leave them alone, then you have to deal with the factor. Well, you didn't even acknowledge, what I was going through yesterday. So it could be two.
No,
sides to
that's
this.
not what I mean.
Okay.
It's just a decompression period when somebody comes in. Because I think if you're living with somebody and you're in a relationship with them, when you come home, you kind of owe it to them to talk to them and interact with them.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we'll talk about it in a second. So, but if you come home, you know your man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's
he don't feel
when they don't want to talk. Or
Yeah,
they
you-
just
yeah,
think
I
that-
think
I'm like, how did you set a standard? Like,
or
I
you
think-
know
yeah.
that when usually when he come home he's a little cranky, been in traffic, and let me let him.
make him a drink.
Yeah, absolutely. You
Leave
do
him alone.
that as well, but
And
that's the same thing he would do for you. That's what the point there. You said
No,
that's
y'all don't-
simplistic, but not
No.
in all cases.
Y'all the ones that said that men are difficult, and I was asking how.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
And I
And
would
it all
just say
depends.
it all depends on what type of man you have.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Or what type of
I'm
woman you have.
I'm a leave me alone type of man when I get home from work. If you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, let me decompress and let me
why is your job
Yeah.
so stressful?
my job.
Why is it so stressful?
Well, I work at the hospital. I mean, it's just it
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Ooh, it is
Nothing
what
to
it
say.
is.
Since I
Every
wouldn't
day.
want your job.
Yeah, I work.
No.
With,
I worked in
with terminal
hospice.
patients
People
and
down
stuff
on
like
you
that.
every day.
It's
They
not
weigh,
heavy.
they weigh on you.
It can
Yeah.
be. I don't want to sit up and act like every day is heavy. It's not. 98% of the day it's not heavy,
Okay.
but the job itself
It has
is
its
something.
points.
It has its points where,
Yeah.
and then you know, I'm saying that in a general sense.
Okay.
The majority of the time, I'm fine when I come home from work, but there's I might have a hard day. Didn't go to lunch because.
This, that, and the third. Over
I just couldn't. Yeah, I've been on my feet all day. There's just sometimes, and it's not just your job. Sometimes,
people.
no, just sometimes life will kick you in your ass when you leave the house.
Yeah.
So when I get back home, let me.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's speaking of that, or the man holding in the emotion. Like they'll walk around pissed and not telling you what's going on because
Even if
some
they-
men
That's
don't
a
like to
two-sided
be
sword.
Yeah, because I don't.
expressive.
I'm not, and unfortunately, and as vocal as I am, I'm not forthcoming with mine.
with relationships and
No, just in
emotions.
general.
Period. With your friends, or you're in a interaction
You
with
got
a
to be
woman.
really close to me for me to be emotional.
Okay.
You have to
Gotcha.
be extremely. I can be emotional around not Chris because Chris will make fun of you.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
On the cool.
Yeah.
I can. He doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
He's in a good space, but Chris is a manly man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not that he doesn't care,
Yeah.
but there are other people I can go to be emotional.
Yeah.
Like Chuck
Yeah, Chuck is.
or my homeboy Terry. But not every friend that you have has
You know
the
your
same
friend.
utility.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
you go
of
to a
course.
person, oh man, I just, no homo. I just want a nigga to hug me.
Yeah,
Then Chuck,
yeah.
oh, what's wrong, man? What's going on?
Yeah.
Talk to me, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, let it out. Let it out.
Yeah.
You know, and I can feel comfortable doing. You can't
Yeah.
really do that with Chris.
You can't do that with everybody.
Right. And
Yeah,
so,
I get it.
and so that's just what it is. It's like I told you, I tell all my homeboys, I love you.
Yeah.
Every time we talk.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an emotional aspect to it, but in going back to relationships, as far as like coming home and unwinding, oh no, that's not what it was about me expressing myself. I don't express my emotions like that to people.
Yeah.
I
And
just
then that's
don't.
when
So even
that's
your
when
wife,
your
because
other-
that should be your
that's-
most
No.
vulnerable
I
person.
will.
Okay.
I will with my wife.
Okay.
But I'm just not that. I'm not an emotional cat.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah.
And so it's like, Chon, talk to me. What's going on? Anyway, okay. So look, da.
But what when you don't do that? You still just sit around walking out, and it's like you're taking it out on other people.
But that's almost
Well,
like you
that's
still
once
gotta
again.
know your
That's
person.
once again. That's a supposition.
Can I
Do I
say
really
something?
take it out on other people? I probably don't. What I tend to do is figure out the problem. Let me sit down for a minute, figure it out, and that's it. But in addition to not me being emotional and sharing my emotion with people, I don't make emotional decisions
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
I am extremely logical. I am calculated, and I sit up and think about what I do before I do it.
Yeah.
And so I'll figure it out. But if something becomes too heavy and I need somebody to talk to,
Yeah.
I got my wife, I got Chuck, I got my homeboy Terry. You understand? Maybe a couple of other people, but for the most part, that the people that's going to see that side of me is small.
Gotcha.
No,
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah,
I want to
Yeah.
poke at something that she said though, because
Okay.
she said when you was like your wife is your best friend or something, and you said isn't it supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you're married. I don't know if this is anywhere close to home or anything like that. But let's say you and your husband have been together like 15 years, but he's had a friend who he's had for maybe like 27 years. And this person arguably is his best friend and knows him arguably better than you because they have more time invested. Do you as a wife feel any type of animosity or jealousy towards this person who your husband may feel more deeply connected to in some aspects?
You should have married her ass.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
What if it was a man?
Well, if it's a man, that's different.
Why?
Because I have female friends that I'm
Where's the bottle?
Yeah. That, I mean, to answer your question, if it was a man, I know I wouldn't have a problem. Now, if it's a woman, yeah, you should have married her. Because obviously, to me, that's where you should have
Just
been.
because he's okay being vulnerable with this person.
Yeah.
Why you
not
can't
because-
be vulnerable with your wife?
For whatever reasons. I'm not saying that he's not vulnerable with you, but he's more vulnerable with this person. And he wants to build a life with you. Melanie, he doesn't want to build a life with this person.
Well,
Maybe
if
this
you
person and
don't
him
wanna
have different
build-
interests in life, but they just connect on an emotional level.
But so that's where our conversation comes in.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
we should be
Which,
conversing
What's missing?
with. Yeah, something is missing.
What?
Why does something have to be missing?
Because
Now you're comparing.
No, we're not comparing. We're actually
Another
trying
question.
to see
Oh, I'm sorry.
why you are more open with this person
Yeah.
than you can be with me.
Because they're more
And if
comfortable.
you're-
They just
That's
And
not
if
they
you're,
just happen to
but
be
if
more
you're
comfortable
more
around that
comfortable
person.
with that person, why don't
Don't
you
like
go
it.
marry this? So it's something that you saw in me that gave you enough motivation to say, you know what, Mel, I want to marry you. I want you to go down this rocky path, this rocky road with me. But I can't tell you everything. I
What if-
can't be openly
What if
honest
you're
with
not
you.
logical?
So that,
What if
if I wasn't logical, tell me that.
Okay.
You can't-
Tell
Well,
me.
they told you,
no,
you're not logical.
No. Okay, if I'm not logical, say that. Oh, so if
But that's-
I'm not logical in this before we got married.
Or what if you're a woman who's not emotional? I know women who aren't emotional.
I
For
got
what?
to be with Mel.
What?
on what?
If you see something in her, she 27
That's who you should've
years
married.
You should
bound.
have married her.
That's who you should go be.
Yeah.
But what if I don't?
You understand that not all connections end up in a romantic ending, right? Like you can just be you can just have good chemistry.
So-
Y'all don't believe in.
That
So
goes
I
back.
do.
That goes back to that tire changing incident that
'Cause I have
everybody
a lot
kind of
of people
twisted to me
who
like I
don't
met you. The reason why it's important that I met you is I need to know whether or not I can trust you. So I need to see you around my man, not my man, but your turn. I need
Yeah.
to see you around my man. I want to see how your
Very nice.
body language
Yeah.
is. I want to
Okay,
see
that's-
how he
And ain't
addresses.
nothing there.
I get you. That's my point. I don't. Hey, don't be a hypocrite.
If I am your wife, that's just like your dude coming in and saying,
See how
and
monogamy says wife comes with things.
that's just like your dude coming up in the house and saying, "Hey, baby, what's wrong?" And you be like, "We ain't connecting. I can't talk to you. I gotta go talk to such and such and such." Now he looking like,
Yeah.
"So you can't talk to me?
Yeah.
But he was being.
I've been here for
he
you.
was,
I this, I
he
this, I
was
that.
being
You talk to me."
honest.
Oh, don't
Right.
start that shit.
And I was being honest.
you know where Chon going with that.
And I was being
Don't
honest.
start.
Really. I was being honest, and he got an attitude, and I'm like, yeah, I can't talk to you about this. But we talk about everything.
No, we don't.
We don't talk about everything.
Apparently, we don't.
So then he looking at like, well, wait a minute.
So do you think
Yeah.
your man that honestly talks to you about everything?
no, I'm saying
no.
the scenario. I changed it around,
Okay,
Sean.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was an analogy or not. What I'm saying is,
Okay,
because
let's-
when you talk out any type of relationship,
Uh-huh.
same questions. So, you know what I'm saying? If you try to rationalize whatever type of relationship you have with, I'll give you an example. One of the people I watch on YouTube. The reason why I watch him because he talks about going to the gym. So I love going to the gym. I love that aspect of make yourself more desirable by being in shape, so forth and so on, that type of deal. But one of the things he does says is you should stay in your masculine frame. You should not laugh and crack jokes with your woman. I'm like, dude, are you out of your mind?
Part.
That is
Exactly,
the
but
fun
my
part.
point is depending on the person
I'm a
that
comedian.
depending on the person that you're talking to, anybody can poke holes in what it is that
that's
you're
true.
doing.
That's true.
And so and that's
Because relationships are custom built.
well they're complicated.
They're complicated. Not
They
complicated.
are very
And
complicated.
it all depends on your
Why do you
because
guys
they-
feel like relationships are complicated?
human interaction is complicated.
Because we're
And then if
different
you
people.
add the emotional aspect, the emotional bond that a lot of people
Instant
have.
interaction is complicated. How? How is this?
Well,
We're interacting. Is this complicated for you?
It's not complicated, but it's
We in a relationship.
I feel like
Exactly.
we ain't gotta be
Yeah.
together.
Nigga, not today,
Right.
girl. But I feel like relationships, they don't have to be complicated. They are
They
what
don't.
you make them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you came home and you had a shitty day and you chose to bring that negative energy home with you, you made it complicated.
No, but in my example, I said, leave me alone. I didn't say I was bringing negative energy.
But also, all right, now your delivery can be a little brash.
Oh, it is.
Like, babe, I had a bad day. Can I get a break? You know, like
No, but the thing is, you're a man. You know his body language. You know him.
But that's not fair. Nobody is a mind reader, Chon.
I get that. I get that.
Not a mind reader.
Mel, like, damn, Chon, I'm rooting for you, boy. Stop this.
Be on that locomotion with you, baby. It makes it hard for us, sister.
Because I have my own thoughts.
No,
I know you're not gonna.
But
the delivery
though, Chon. Like,
hold on, wait a minute.
Chon is not dated in a long time either, though.
Oh yeah.
But hold on.
A long time.
A lot of my delivery right now is not what I say to my woman. We're talking, so I'm trying to get the idea. So do I come home and be like, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me. I had a bad day.
I know some people that like that.
So here's
So he come home, I turn her and
so yeah, right. So and that's that. I think that's how you're picturing. So I had a bad day at work. I come home, she in the kitchen. I'm sorry. That's sexist.
Yeah, that is.
She's watching TV.
Oh shit!
Chon is
He's swinging.
I cook. So don't you worry about Chon. I got your back.
I'm talking about. I am who I am. Like I told you, I don't. Who you see is genuine.
To any of the opinions of Chon.
I don't want you to. But
I got your back, Chon.
here's a real scenario. I come home from work and she's wherever she is in the house. She go, hey babe, hey, what's going on? How's your day? Like, okay. Then I go in there, give me a shot or a White Claw, go wash my tail feather, and I might come up here and play a couple games of Madden. Good if I win, but if I lose, it is what it is. Then I come back downstairs and typically the conversation would go, you all right? Oh yeah, man, I had a rough day. But by then, I've had a couple of hours to
decompose.
That's all I said.
Yeah.
That's all I said.
That's
Now check
You
this.
say I don't talk to me.
No, hold on for a second.
That's what you said. You say I don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I did not.
He did.
You did.
It's on camera, Chon.
When you go back to Asia, you gonna be like, damn, I said
Chon gonna cut it all out.
Y'all can go back and watch it. What I'm telling you is, I have talked to any of my exes.
Yeah.
I've never spoken like that to my woman. What I'm saying is, I say that for the purpose of the conversation,
Understood.
for the video.
See, but look, even in his delivery, there's misogyny, and I'm
a misogynist.
No, so I just want to
I
point this
am
out.
a misogynist.
Instead of him saying,
I am a misogynist.
His response was, "Leave me alone."
Yeah.
And that is an outward push of energy. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm having a hard time.
No, once again,
it was rough.
Once again, I have never said that to my woman. That was
okay.
I'm just going
off of what he
No, I keep saying that. We're talking on for the video, for the camera. That's not how it goes. I broke down how it goes. And that whole interaction, leave me alone. I'm saying just in my mind, leave me alone.
Yeah.
But the whole interaction took a couple of hours. I came home, I bathed, I played some Madden, I took me a shot, I had me a drink, I decompressed. And that's what I'm saying.
So before all the decompression, did you ever give her... So I'm not arguing the process of what happened, right?
Right.
But at some point you have to let your person know that you need that moment. You can't just take it. You have to let them know doing something
Before I said all that, I said, I came home, she was in a room where she was, she said, hey baby, how you doing?
Okay.
And
okay.
I had a rough.
All right, then yes.
But did you give her a kiss or a hug? Some affection.
That's...
Sean wants Sean to go too far. Sean say, look, I'm trying to get here. Watch my tail feather.
He may or may not, but if he really just ain't got it in him, he ain't got it in him.
Yeah.
But you know...
kiss or a hug?
But Sean,
so how can you obligate him to it?
Or just because I didn't add that into the scenario doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But here's the thing.
You're not obligated.
But here's the thing. I will answer your question. Even with my ex-wife, or not ex-wife, even my wife, we greet each other with a kiss. We say goodbye with a kiss, without fail.
There you go. That's
Is that better?
That's way better.
So
on that note, to routine.
To routine.
All right.
It's the
Wait, and I had something
Shons.
to say after this.
It's the Shons.
Lock it in.
Now, I do need y'all to understand that I am a relationship anarchist.
what does that mean?
Oh.
I'm going to let her say her piece first, and then we'll go into
I'm sorry, I saw it sticking the ball. Trying to push it down.
Yeah,
That went to my feet.
I
Okay.
have OCD.
Okay. I know we kind of got off track a little bit.
Where are we at on time?
Because we're not even talking about
It's 9
polygamy.
o'clock.
What?
Sean.
1:57. I mean, hour and 57 minutes.
Okay, Sean wanted to know, and we all do, about dominance.
Yes.
Baby Sean
Or
has
bondage.
been waiting
So, bondage,
patiently.
dominance, obedience, and all that good stuff. Can you elaborate on that for us for 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
I can. The thing about it is BDSM is one of those things where you come into the community looking to get something fulfilled.
Can you break down BDSM for those who do not know?
For me, because I don't.
I'm trying.
BDSM is a lifestyle. Well,
What's the acronym for it?
hello, don't give me it's
Bondage.
bondage, discipline, sadomasochism, and
That's it.
sadism.
Yeah.
And bondage, just let me get this right, it's
Bond-
tying somebody up.
to be bound.
I'll die.
Nigga,
I'm claustrophobic.
She worried about that part.
Okay.
I use electricity on people. I use fire.
What kind of, what? You burning folks up?
No, ain't nobody getting burned.
What do you mean by
Where
fire?
you
Like
putting the fire
lighters, candles?
You've heard of fire? Yeah, wax play.
The wax
Yeah.
stuff that you
You've heard
kind
of
of.
fire cupping.
Yeah,
Sean, this
I
what you
did.
wanted to know.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that's what you want to know.
put alcohol in it, and they put the cup.
Here.
Yeah.
This is fire play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that sexually stimulating, or is it
It
the
can be.
slight bit of pain feels good?
Either one. So if you're a
Into the
masochist,
pain.
then you are now aroused because you are
A
experiencing
little bit of
pain.
pain. Got it.
So
He didn't say a little bit. He said pain.
Yeah.
I mean, there are different levels of masochism.
I know.
Say, baby Sean was ready for
That's why I was
this.
And
just
different
saying.
tolerance of pain.
There are
Yeah.
people-
Baby Sean say I was right about it, Mel.
You said you can't bite me no harder than that? Oh, there we go. You got a little blood there.
Yeah,
I have your skin in my mouth.
That's outstanding.
So I mean, like, I have a primal kink, so I like if I'm, having sex and like you decide to like bite me or scratch me, it turns me on, makes me more aroused. Let's see. I have there's a lot of kinks that a lot of people have, but they just don't know that they have or don't understand it's a thing. Like everybody's been talking about like being aroused by listening, not watching, but listening to the sound of sex. That's a kink in itself. I think a lot of people get off to that. It's like, but you feel we always kind of feel like, oh, it's weird. It's like, no, there's a lot of people that do it. A lot of people that do it. And that's really what
Y'all are here to be, baby.
exactly. Like, I mean, there's so many ways to receive pleasure. Like,
So do
why
you like
limit?
choking and things like that?
I enjoy getting choked.
Safe
and I
choking.
enjoy-
You
I
like
mean,
getting
you ain't
choked?
choking her
Yes.
out, but are you choking her out or she choking
Are
you?
you over there judging?
No, I'm not. This is a no judge zone. This is a no. This
You know, this is
no.
supposed to be a safe zone.
Let me say something. This is a no judge zone. It's just intriguing to me
That what?
that this man over here be getting choked
If you
out.
want to get strangled, that is I'm just talking shit.
Look at I'm listening like, what's your about
People
to
like
say?
to be choked while having sex.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Really?
You don't?
No.
Do
No.
you?
I do.
Have you ever been
Do you?
choked?
Yes, it is.
So
I do.
Have you ever been choked?
I have.
you did not.
And you didn't like it?
And I need to call the laws.
Well, he must have tried to kill you. So
No.
it was done correctly.
It is.
Girl,
Yeah.
it was done.
Because I've only choked
You've
one
been in an
person.
abusive
I've only
relationship.
choked one person. I didn't
I
care
have
for it
been in an
because
abusive
I
relationship.
was
I have
young.
too.
I was
But-
in my mid-20s.
Okay.
And the way she posed it to me, she was on the stomach on top,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
back,
yeah,
laying on my
yeah,
back.
yeah.
And she took my arm, she said, help.
That's
So,
a
okay, so let me tell you.
That's assault.
That's not the same thing.
Wait,
That's what
So-
she did.
I
I didn't do it.
I know,
She
that's what I'm
said,
saying.
so
Do
she
this.
I'm feeling sorry
do
for
this.
you.
Right.
Well, and I'm
She was being honest and told him,
him what she
what she
wanted.
needed to do
What she
to receive
wanted.
pleasure.
Yeah.
and I did it as hard as I thought was necessary, and then she took my hand.
And she's like,
And
no,
like,
I'm
that's
harder.
enough.
No, she
wanted
made
it
it
harder.
harder.
I was scared. The
Yeah.
reason why I'm scared,
I would have been scared too, Sean.
You
but
don't want to kill her.
Because you didn't want to choke her.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's something that stuck with me that I enjoy doing, that I want to do it again. But if a woman asks me,
Or if it's done right.
Exactly.
if she asks me to do it
correctly.
again, if some women say, "Hey, choke me," I'm like, "Oh,
YouTube it.
I know how to do that."
Yeah, yeah.
I have an idea what you want,
Right.
and you
And
do
it
it.
don't always need to be
not like that because it's normally like
It's however, it's like this.
Yeah.
Because I like to choke. I just don't want to be choked.
So you're being selfish?
yeah.
Which is that selfish?
No, it's not.
Is that being selfish?
No, it's not.
Yeah, I like to choke.
I
But I don't want to be choked.
Honestly, I like the
Oh,
hair
it make
pull.
me feel. It make me.
I like
It
the
make
hair
it.
pull. I like the. I mean, but don't just grab my head and just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it gotta be
come on.
like I ease on
But-
up there.
Yeah, I mean.
So do y'all want to be hurt or
And
not?
I ease.
Like,
I
that's
don't
the
want to
whole
hurt.
thing.
No, I don't want to hurt nobody.
I
I
like
just want to get
I
my
like
nuts.
you bite me on my shit.
No, it ain't
That's
even
why I brought it
that.
up.
Or
I
even
like
the
that
nipple
shit.
clamps
It
or
ain't
But
even that. I
stimulating.
honestly
I
want
got
to
my
be
nipples
finessed.
pierced.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. You like the
Me
stimulation
personally,
of
I
it.
want to be finessed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
She's
choked to
sensual.
submission. I don't want to be beat up. I don't want to be chunked across the room.
No, not
that
that
much.
either.
Man, you don't like getting choked across the room?
Oh no!
Man, that shit is fun, nigga. You take them.
Oh my God! Do you see me?
No, I'm just fucking.
You mean to throw me across the wall? And I'm
In the
like,
wall, not across.
oh
In
my
the wall.
God. You know, I'm a whole chalked outline.
Man,
I'm
when I figured out that I like to choke people,
right.
it was scary.
But
Like,
why do you?
Like you discovered you were a serial killer.
yeah, like, what's in my blood?
Like, oh my God. I like that.
Yeah, I was like, you like it?
Jeffrey Dahmer should not have Chinese for them.
Right?
Just like,
But I don't
Can
want
you
to be
finish?
choked, though. I don't want to
You
be
can
choked.
finish.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, we jumped
I-
into your realm.
I enjoy knife play.
Wait a minute.
What?
Break that
Why you
down.
sticking a knife?
I
I'm
ain't never
thinking-
heard of that.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm lost.
In the
What is
vagina.
nice play?
Knife play.
The end of the knife or the sharp end?
Well, probably sharp end
You're gonna
because
cut somebody.
Rashad.
So if
Yeah,
a person
explain
knows
that
how to
because we
control,
looking at. Do I need another shot?
yeah, let's do it.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Cause we on the video almost over. We might as well. Come on.
Jesus.
I'm trying to show y'all some videos.
Oh yeah, you got
Show me.
graphics.
Put
Come
it on
on.
there.
Now,
We needed to charge
Don't
your
give
phone.
us a copyright strike.
Well, I was gonna show her.
Is it of your video?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Oh
put that
shit.
on.
Let me see.
That's now you want to see shit.
Yeah.
You
let me
married.
see, too.
You can't look.
Hey,
That was like, let me
I ain't dead. I can read the menu. I ain't got to order.
Hold on, friend. Sunshine folder.
Yeah, we finna be friends tonight.
Right? Like, I'm friends too, Rashad. Come on, bring it in.
I mean, put it up there so we all can see. Don't you do
So
that.
this was a wax
This
play
is you.
session.
Yeah,
I
that's me.
did.
I'm gonna put the brown in there.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
Sean over here really
I'm trying
needs
to
to
get
see.
me. Okay.
Cause Sean been waiting for the noise and shit and all that shit.
I'm being that
Sean has-
Sean, you would try bondage,
I would absolutely,
Would you,
and I would like to bond up somebody.
but you
too.
wou't want to be bound.
Oh well, on
bound.
No, she
Tuesday,
just said she could go both ways.
Is
Club
the camera
Numbers.
still
There's
Yeah,
a
Sean, don't come here turning my friend out.
But I
Don't
mean,
do it.
I'm just saying.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, go
There's a
ahead.
rope class if you'd like to attend. It's open to the public.
No,
$25.
Sean.
Where's it at?
You will be at
So,
Paint
club
and
number
Play,
on West Palmer?
Houston.
Okay.
Right outside of downtown.
No, Sean.
Well, I mean, I'm good to learn new things.
No, I mean you might apply it somewhere else.
yeah,
And then Sean gonna be
absolutely.
calling me talking about girl, Rashad and us, Rashad and us.
I know.
Rashad and us said went on Tuesday, girl.
Because I cut it off.
Oh,
So you teach the
Yeah.
class, or you
No,
just
no, no.
attend the class?
So rope play is not something
It
that
take like a
I
second, too.
like
Oh, okay.
really. Rope play is not
Some of this now is
something
just
that I
long.
Yeah,
a
it's
skill
long.
that I want to perfect.
Yeah,
I know it a little bit, but it's not really.
Is that so?
this
Is that like to the extent of it's to the extent of bondage, right? But not like to the neck or you're hanging or
Yeah,
something
like suspension art.
No, I don't want to do that.
So
No, I
like
wanna
some
do that.
suspension
No,
work,
no,
right?
no.
So this is a group that I'm in. All right, so
Yeah,
this is
show
one of my
me.
mentors, Bones. So this is him suspending a girl, and this is at Club Numbers.
Okay.
So she's
What's she getting out of that? A head rush?
so for people who have a hard time, like,
Girl, I can see that's too much for me.
but no, like it's really enjoyable because it's like it's a moment where you're like hanging, you're free, you can meditate. Like there's a lot of different.
She don't look like she meditated.
No, she was having fun.
She's probably
Yeah,
in
she's-
Nirvana.
yeah.
Let me see.
I took my shot before everybody. I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, like,
Ooh. Ooh.
like this.
Oh.
Wait, him?
No, not him.
That?
Oh.
He got a bunch of ass.
Hold on, y'all like men with nice asses?
Oh,
Yeah.
I like a
Funny
nice
thing
ass.
is, most
I
women
see.
watch homosexual male porn.
Are you
I do
serious?
like
Swear to God, that's something that I really found out was very interesting.
Okay.
She twisted
Is that a
it.
woman?
That's a woman. She's suspended. She's just hanging.
Okay.
She
Chilling
looks
and
free.
hanging out.
Yeah, she
This
looks
is
real
at-
free.
That looks
This is at the
monkey
Eat
free.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
Like it's.
No, that
fun.
looks fun.
That does.
I'm not
With
gonna
her
lie,
titty
that looks
hanging out.
fun.
That's
She
that.
like,
They have
I
classes
didn't
for
see no
that. The
titty.
rope time.
Yeah, go
You call
back.
it?
Go back and show her the titty. The white titty. I seen that white titty.
That?
Bad titty.
Oh, okay. You know what? I thought that
I
was
need
like
to see
a
that.
bodysuit.
Yeah.
No, I thought that
No,
was
that's
not
a
real.
bodysuit.
I need
So
to-
shibari is
ropes,
an art.
okay.
So shibari is an art form.
Okay.
Like even some of the knots, like the knot that you might eat, like that's a fun one to do because it sits right there on the clit. So if you grab the harness, it
Ooh.
It gives you different, different
Emotions.
feeling.
It gives you different emotions.
yeah, like shibari is a thing. Like a lot of people are into shibari.
You are
And that's what it's
interesting.
called,
You are
shibari?
one interesting
Shibari.
man.
Shibari.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's fascinating.
That is
It
fascinating
is.
and it's different.
She got some ass. Turn around.
That's
Go back
a whole
to that.
lot of ass. Sean.
Oh no, it was okay. Y'all go back and look at the titty. I mean the man ass, but I want to look at her
that's
ass.
a whole
That
lot
is not a lot of
dysfunctional
ass. That is not a lot of ass.
And then some of these things are like really
is that?
beautiful.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
Shibari.
I see.
It's
Oh,
not
it's like you're
shibari.
getting tied
I
up.
see.
Okay.
It's like the force on there, the grip.
I just don't want a rope around my neck. That's
No,
the
I-
Girl,
real-
I'm all
I've seen that too
claustrophobic.
on
I'm
SB.
just-
I don't want to do that.
That's what I don't want to do.
That's
I'm
a-
so claustrophobic. Look at her, just free.
What is that?
Look at her. She
How
want to
old is
be
she?
tied up like a Hebrew slave.
Look at me, Mo.
So this is the thing.
Did that boy say me, Mom?
I'm sorry, but like when I'm old, I don't plan on stop doing those things.
I know.
Neither do I.
You should
I
enjoy
don't
your
either.
life.
She say my old ass is
either.
up here, but I gotta get my session
There
in.
you go. That's it.
I'm
That
old,
part.
but I gotta get my
Oh,
So
that's
these
session.
are the things that you try as well, or do?
I don't. Rope isn't my thing. I like
Okay.
to watch. Like I'll watch a rope demonstration.
I mean, what pleasure do you get out of that?
As,
Voyeurism.
Pretty much. That's it.
As the person doing it or the person receiving it.
Either.
As a top, which is the person who does things, if they may do that and then they may flog them while they're in the air. Because some people are sadists, so
They
they
want to be
get
beat.
aroused.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
beat up, yeah.
No. The sadist is the person who gets
No,
pleasure from watching. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
like a voyeur?
Hell, I thought
No,
she was
I'm-
talking about
I'm-
the
I'm
stages like they
inflicting
was
the pain.
the devil.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
inflicting
You,
pain.
girl, you know
Okay.
this ain't my
Okay.
field.
That's
From
a-
watching.
Baby.
Well, that would be
Sadism.
voyeurism.
Oh, yeah. No. That's
But
what I'm
S&M,
saying.
Sadist.
sadism,
This ain't my
masochism.
rope over here. Okay.
So when you're sadistic, it doesn't have to be sexual. Sadistic
It doesn't have
means
to be
that
sexual at all.
you enjoy, not necessarily enjoy, but you inflict pain on other people.
Yeah.
Masochism is I receive pain.
Receive
And
pain.
so in the sexual context, S&M, it's sadomasochism.
It's like yin and yang. You
yeah,
need one
yeah.
to fulfill the other.
Yeah,
And
I'm
everybody
fine
getting
in
exactly
this
what they
sexual
want.
thing.
Yeah.
This
And that's
has
the thing,
been
like, people
interesting.
always look at BDSM and like, oh, how could he let her? Like, no, she wants this to.
Yeah.
Like, if everything is done under consent.
Yeah.
Everything
yeah.
is talked about and negotiated. There's
Yeah.
nothing, there's no.
Hey, you tying me
No
up
new
today?
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tied up
But
today.
they have safe
tomorrow,
words
I
and
want to be
stuff like
tied
that
up.
if it's too much
There's,
for you.
yeah, so the first thing
safe
before
words.
anybody even explores BDSM,
Bitch, I'm choking.
educate yourself.
Let it go.
Right.
Educate
Ooh,
yourself
Lord.
and understand that everything happens under negotiation. There's
Yeah.
nothing. I don't force my will on anybody.
Right.
You know,
As you
when-
should not.
Which nobody should be doing that anyway.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
what happens
That's
when
a
you
lot. That's a lot
typically
to
when
be
you do that,
forcing
you end up in
somebody to do that.
TDC.
Yeah. You ain't never lied.
No,
You be
did
there with
bring
your
up
cellmate.
Tennessee.
Now, what happened, bro?
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, man. I took her there and I took the rope out.
You like you did it, nigga.
Yeah.
So
All in it.
To what? To
Everett.
bondage?
The bondage.
Yeah.
It's a bondage that I'll never try.
You never say never.
What's your husband's name, Byron?
Yup.
And so if he said, babe, so look, I was on the internet and I
Yeah.
saw this and I want to da 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 da.
I'm sorry, I'll do it to you.
That's what you gonna say. It sound like
I'll
a
do
dominant-
it.
What happened?
You can be a
I'm
dominant.
selfish.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
do it to you.
Yeah.
I'll do it to you. Let's see what
Oh
it
my
hit for
gosh.
us.
Would you ever play for the opposite team in your in your poly world?
Or have you?
You mean like you mean talking about like
Man, have a
homosexual?
man, yeah, a part of your poly team.
Like if it's a quad where it's like
I'm dating someone, and then like she's dating someone, and he's dating someone, and we're kind of like, oh, cool.
He ain't comprehended. Will you do it with
He comprehended. He answered.
Yeah, he answered it how he
You
wants
wanna
to.
answer
Yeah.
But I'm not homosexual.
Right,
Like,
right.
He say, I love the
Never
of
assume
the-
that you
the
were. I'm
woman.
just asking,
No,
you
no,
know, a
okay.
question that would.
But does that happen?
Yeah.
Just to be honest, I have had a MFM threesome before though.
Now,
What's that?
you and all your
Touching.
acronyms.
Oh, man,
now
you gotta
you
break it down,
acronyms
Yeah, you think you're better than us because you know everything.
I know, and you just roll over.
Don't treat us like that, bro.
Okay,
You speaking
okay.
Mexican,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Mexican.
tell us what that means.
I love my Mexican people.
It was MFM.
Okay.
Male, female, male.
Okay.
Two guys.
Oh, 2000. Okay.
But y'all didn't touch.
No, we
it
didn't
was,
touch.
I got
Yeah.
you.
You
So
like
a
it.
threesome.
It's a threesome. It's not
Yeah.
a train. It's
Yeah.
a threesome.
Yeah.
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 Most guys that had ran a train like, no, you had a threesome. You don't want to
Yeah.
have a threesome with a dude. Though.
You know what? I've never.
Answer.
When you said that, I've never had a train. I had a threesome.
Threesome.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. I
It's
get
still
it.
a threesome, like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you know.
That's crazy. I ain't never had
Man,
no
learning.
threesomes, no
You
none of
never had
that. Like, I
threesomes.
just wanna.
Me either.
I am a
Why y'all
selfish
look at me
person.
like
No,
that?
When I'm in my relationships, I only want
Yeah.
to like how you are, how you only want what you want. I only want what I want. I don't want to be shared, and I don't want to share anybody.
And
like
that's
I don't
fine.
know why I'm like that, but it's
Well,
like
that's your preference.
It's how you are. You don't
Yeah.
have to define why you are.
Yeah,
You just
why? It's your
are,
preference.
and you just be honest in who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
yeah. But I'm an L7. I know it. It's okay.
You know, L7. You just you.
Look, I ain't did nothing exciting or none of that. All that SMM.
Can you explain to us what means? Because I've heard it before, and
We got a couple more minutes left. No.
I
Do
don't.
you have any questions for this young man?
Y'all between Chon and Sean.
Are we the drama? The way, at least my opinion, the way where he is right now is not attainable for most people.
Yeah.
Because most people are driven by emotion, and most people are driven by their feelings. That is very difficult to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I
It's
mean,
not difficult when you remove ego.
most people have ego.
Oh, 99.999%.
I would say slightly less than that. I would say 98.
No, to be
Okay.
honest, everybody has.
I roll with that.
It's one of those things, and this is just like really just where I kind of ended up. And I ain't gonna lie, like my life, I know I'm different. I know I'm not living my life like most people.
And I'm ashamed of you because
I'm
You're so full of shit.
absolutely
Full
fucking
of it.
disgusting. And I am offended.
He want to be over there when you
And
at. He want to speed up time.
No,
and
but
be
it's one of those
Be
things.
where you are.
To be honest, like look at it. Sean said he's been having these feelings for a couple of years now.
Right.
And honestly, depending on the nature of his relationship, he might have had them before, but found complacency where he was at.
Yeah.
I ran into the polyamorous community at 27. Imagine Sean if he did the same thing.
Yeah.
He might be a completely different person, lived a completely different life, and had a completely different outcome.
We wouldn't even have no podcast.
I know.
Because we be having all different kind of rules. Open
Hair
swingers and shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Sean, we glad you went on and was this.
Excuse my bitches. But y'all come on in here.
No.
Like, damn, Sean, we ain't did the show yet, bro.
So like funny thing, like it's funny because like I swear my neighbors think I run a whorehouse.
Oh my
I swear,
God.
no, but I have, like I said, I am really friends with my female friends.
Yeah.
I am not sleeping with
Right.
a
You
good
don't
amount
have
of
to
them.
sleep with
Right.
You don't have to sleep with a woman to
No.
enjoy her.
Exactly.
So like I've had days where in my apartment it'd be 5-6 people coming in and out, and everybody just comes chill. They having a bad day. They on their cycle. They'll just come and chill in my house.
Yeah.
Because they need somewhere
Peace and
like
comfort.
peace and comfort.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
it's
can
like
see
I
that.
wish more people and I empathize with women heavily because I feel like nobody really listens to women, but I wish more people in general just had safe spaces.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Some people do. Some
Absolutely.
people need it.
A lot of people need safe
Yeah,
spaces,
we need
and they
it.
don't even
Yeah.
understand what they're missing out on because they're so afraid to just be honest and say, "Hey, this situation really is not bringing me any happiness."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even given, they say that, and they're not even giving the person they're with the opportunity to change because they have already decided that this person cannot do whatever I need them to do.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. And I hate that saying. It is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me
Because
ask
it is
this
whatever
question.
you want it to be.
Yeah, what you want it to be.
That's
Let me
true.
ask this question as my question. How does your family feel about the person that you are?
Quick answer is I really don't care.
Okay.
But to answer it, my mother is very Christian, and my mother's a funny person. She's a really good person, but she's Christian, and she's like, "Oh, you in this poly thing? Just say you want to have sex." And that's literally that's as
not
deep,
all that it is.
That's as deep as my mother can comprehend it.
Okay.
And for who my mother is, I'm like, okay, Mom.
You're gonna be where you're
And
gonna be.
honestly, I'm gonna just be honest with you. Because of that, me and my mother's relationship has changed because I now have a boundary that I have to enforce because I'm not gonna let you make a mockery of it either.
Right,
Yeah,
I get you.
yeah.
That's
So
another
This
thing.
is who you are.
And
This is who I am, and
Yeah.
I stand on it with conviction. And it's like,
Because you have to accept who she is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to accept
And that's why I
who
say
she
human
is.
interaction isn't complicated because, at least for me, because most people, and it's the thing of most people talk to be understood. I came in here and started asking you guys questions.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I like perspective.
Right.
Which makes it easy for me to be me because I'm like, okay, yeah, I see myself in this person. I may not be all the way like Chon, but I can see point to relation.
Right.
So I can understand and I can still humanize him.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though we may disagree, I can still humanize him because I know where we are common.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to be the same. And what people seem to really, really, really miss is we really do all have a lot of shit in common.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we do.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of the things I like to poke out because people in my age range and nobody really wants to talk about it. I'm like, my mom was on crack.
Yeah.
A lot of our parents were. A lot of our parents have a lot of people in our age range have had parents that were on drugs at one point in time. But
Yeah.
nobody really wants to talk about it because it's kind of shameful. But it's something we all kind of went through. There are a lot of people that went through that.
My parents weren't because they're so old, but my generation's so cracked too.
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
generation.
Right.
So it's on some real shit. And this is like, why are there so many things in the world that we're afraid to talk about, but we
Yeah.
all went through?
Right.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I do love about my parents. Now, my mom was a L7 square one.
My mom was too. My mom too. Yes.
But
yes.
I love her to death, and I love her honesty.
Yeah.
My dad, on the other hand, he was a Vietnam vet, and he went over there, and he was like, girls.
Yeah.
I mean,
Girls
that's
I do.
you know what I'm saying? That was my dad, but I loved his honesty. God
Yes.
rest his soul. I love his honesty,
Yes.
and he got on cocaine and things like that because he went over there. He was like, I just had to cope. It's
Yeah.
things I'd never seen in my life.
Yeah.
We're from a small town in Louisiana. It's just things that he had never. You take an 18-year-old and you throw him in a Vietnam.
No,
and you say,
more,
hey,
man,
hold
please.
a gun, and you kill all of these people.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna have something.
Children.
But I love my parents for their honesty.
Yeah.
I love them for their honesty.
My mama and them. Look, my mama and
Mama
them.
and
Yeah.
She said now.
Mama went through a whole bunch of stuff, got abused, boo. Ended up with a woman. She's still with her. I'm at 3. I done seen all kind of shit, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
My mama and them was turned up.
Yeah.
But they was honest.
Yeah.
They was honest. They
They're
was
honest.
swinging and shit. And,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know it was swinging back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
So when I say
Yeah.
that them niggas
You
used
thought that
to
was
get
your
down.
auntie, huh?
Right?
I'm just kidding the
Y'all be there wrestling and shit.
Mama, why you so sweaty?
I come from a 2-woman parent household.
So even her life experience is completely different than most of us.
Completely different, yeah.
She faces a completely different set of problems.
That's why I'm swine.
I think
Yeah.
I,
You seen it? Yeah.
I think I would be a more well-adjusted person without the Catholicism, without the catechism,
So
the whole
conditioning in general, and I say this all the time, bro. We've all been conditioned to some extent. There is something.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things as Americans that we have never experienced, never been to, never met a person from there, but we have an opinion of it.
Yeah.
That is
With no
conditioning.
knowledge.
With no knowledge, but somehow
We
it
know.
develops an emotion.
Yeah. It's
We've
the
all
way
been
I
conditioned,
And then
once
a
you
strong
admit it,
emotion at that.
exactly. And when you admit that and you say, why do I feel like that?
Yeah.
And you really break it down, then you can let go of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody really asked themselves those type of questions. That's what I spent the last, I ain't gonna lie, the person I am right now, I'm only this person because my last ex, she suffered from mental illness. And she was undiagnosed, right? And me being an accountable man, it's like I had this girlfriend and she was perfectly fine for about 3-4 months. She was a manic. and then she hit a manic stage. And everything flipped upside down.
Yeah.
But because I'm not like your typical guy, I didn't say, oh, she crazy.
Yeah.
I started like, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
So then I started breaking down myself, trying to make sure, like, what, am I doing this? Am I doing that?
Right.
And when it became to, like, I started questioning everything I did. It was like, okay, well, you do X, Y, and Z. Why do you do X, Y, and Z? Okay, yeah, that's good. That stays. All right, you do this, this, and this. Is that good? Yeah, that stays. And I went down that list, and I checked off every behavior I have, I carry, every belief. And then I was like, well, no, everything that you're doing is on point. Then I started looking at her, and then she was diagnosed.
Yeah.
So because I went through this process of over a year breaking myself down, now I'm a lot more honest because I've asked myself a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
I got you. All right. Well, are those your closing words? Do you have anything to say, or?
Yes. The only thing, and I always end every podcast with this: nothing anybody says here is law. Take what you need and throw away what you don't.
That's right.
We are only speaking from our own personal experiences. You have your own, so define life as you need to.
Man, Rashad, this was a good run. I'm glad that you came out to two sides and then the truth, because, baby, we got the truth tonight. Regardless of whatever side.
I told y'all ahead of time, y'all ain't gonna like me.
Baby, that's all right, Sean. We love you.
That was his disclaimer.
We had to get on your neck.
That was his disclaimer. Yeah.
But, yes, Rashad, thank you so much for coming out and opening your world up to us.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Because I truly...
Yes.
What you told me today, you don't believe it or not, you helped me.
I mean, I live my life like a testimony, bro. Somebody needs to hear it. It ain't for everybody, but somebody listen. Like, you know what? That's all for me.
Or even somebody is feeling weird, having those same emotions. Like, I don't fit in nowhere. What can I do?
Yes.
Because people are afraid to be judged.
Yeah.
They don't want to be judged about what they're doing and how I feel about
I've gotten
something.
used to being judged.
Yeah.
That's why I don't care. But I've always been a geek.
Mm-hmm. Being a black nerd is
so I'm used to it. I'm used to being called a white boy. Mm-hmm. I'm used to being
speaking properly.
Right.
So I don't. And then once you know how old people are.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain age, you don't care anyway. But I haven't cared for a long time.
The old people like, I got this right, boo.
I'm really comfortable in being the only place where I was living a lie, or let's not say living a lie. The only place where I was compromising.
Yeah.
Who I was is it trying to be in a relationship, and this is no
and you
reflection on my past relationship.
Really
she's fine.
No.
Yeah.
It's so
me. As opposed to the last video, was episode 1 of the kickback. So today is different, and it's still the same type of format, but this is the first episode, season 1 of, and then you know what? I'm gonna let them tell it.
Go on there. What's it up?
2 lies, then the
truth.
This is the first episode.
So we just want you to be able to come in, check us out. If somebody's out there watching and y'all would like to be a part of it, you can come through. But all we're doing is having real conversations. You may or may not agree with anybody says at any given point, but the idea is to have a dialogue with people. Mm-hmm. If we get to the point where we stop believing that we have to, when somebody's talking or you're having a dialogue with somebody, that you have to agree with them in order to have the dialogue, that's where we're losing. You don't do that. Just figure out where the next person is coming from, and that'll help us all interact a lot easier. And that's the goal we're trying to reach with this episode, with this series. And today's the first episode of that. So this is kind of a take on that. We have some more ideas on what we're going to do. Some of them heavy topics. We're going to come here and act goofy too sometimes. But for the most part, we just want to see what we can want to get out there without being too extra.
Oh, I'm extra.
But I messed up our name. It's 2 sides and then the truth.
So
it might have been the 1800s.
We literally came up with the name this week.
Yeah.
So this is
we getting it right.
Work on the fly. So her phone went off in church.
I'm so sorry.
No,
she didn't even put the finger up.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm so sorry. I will have more podcast etiquette.
How about
when I come back?
How about you just be yourself?
That's
No, fuck that.
I mean, if you just gonna be on your phone, you're gonna be on your phone.
But I wasn't the whole time, though.
Most of the time.
I wasn't. I swear I did good this time.
All right, so
well, I appreciate you. And thank you for
We
coming out
do
and letting us
appreciate
know
you.
and getting knocking some of the kinks out of stuff that we did not know.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Kinks.
Get away from me, Chon. Some things that people wanted to ask that didn't know how to ask, and now they have what you
They didn't even have to ask because you
came
fluent.
across what people were thinking. Just like Chon was thinking certain things, you came across and let him know, hey, it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
But
You're not a
sometimes, you're not a weirdo.
No.
Sometimes people want to know, but too scared to ask.
Real talk. I feel like we're all weirdos to some extent. That's okay.
Yeah.
We are.
I know I am.
Yeah.
Because
We
I
all
don't want to
fantasize
do
about
shit.
different things.
Oh, so now- So now being a weirdo is cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up. After people like me paved the way for y'all.
I'm 43 years old and I ain't tried half of what the hell this man was talking about over here.
Some of it sound fun. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Some of it was
Some of it.
intrigued.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yes.
I'm truly intrigued.
So you want to take us out? Or you want me to freestyle the intro? All right. So this has been episode 1 of season 1 of. Tell us again, Chon. What's the name of it?
2 sides and then the
Cruise.
Yes.
And this is going to get a whole lot better than what it is right now. You'll see the difference between this episode and the last episode. And we're going to always try to come in and give you guys some compelling topics. And honestly, if we can get Rashad back here. Again,
Part 2.
Somewhere down the line, whenever
half
he's
of
ready.
the stuff he didn't even talk about.
Yeah.
And Mel was waiting on it.
I was waiting.
And Sean, for sure.
For it.
For sure, the girl, Sean.
Yes.
Demonstrations next time or something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Sean.
That would be awesome. Okay,
Wait a minute.
Rashad.
You can do demonstrations?
Rashad.
How would you? Hold on. Well, how would you do a demonstration? 'Cause, I mean, we can.
No, I mean, we can just take this camera, flip it around, and I can do it in that space right there.
Okay. So
I love
here's
it.
what we're gonna try to
I
do.
vote yes.
Yep.
You
I know,
You
son.
participant, Sean.
I ain't say all that, but
She
I
gon'
vote yes.
She gonna get that man the blues.
Yes.
My 2 friends, Lord Jesus, help me.
All right. So, as with any video that we do, we're gonna close it out and just tell everybody take care of each other and
love yourself.
peace out.